Okay, we are into 10.4 today. 10.4. We're almost through the chapter. We're almost through with the semester. So we're going to start here. We're going to name the solid. So if you look over here, you see that the sides of it are rectangles, which means it's a prism. And then you have to look at the base. And we see that it's a rectangle. So we have a rectangular prism. Let me try this again. Rectangular prism. I think I don't need that extra I. Prism. Okay, what's the area of the base? We see your area of the base is a rectangle, which means it is base times height. So 4 centimeters times 5 centimeters, which leaves me 20 centimeters. What is our height? We see our height is 10 centimeters. It says, what's the perimeter of the base? Well, the perimeter of the base is 4 centimeters plus 5 centimeters plus 4 centimeters plus 5 centimeters, which is 10, 14, 18 centimeters. Next one up is, what's the name of this solid? Well, we see it is a cylinder. The area of the base here, so area of a circle is pi r squared. So it's going to be pi 5 feet squared, which gives me 25 pi feet squared. What is the height of the solid? Well, that's 7 feet. And then what's circumference? Well, our circumference is 2 pi r. So 2 pi times 5 feet gives me 10 pi feet. Remember, circumference is like perimeter, so it doesn't need to be squared. Okay, so that's the end of this bell ringer. Okay, so we have some definitions. Today we have volume. It's the number of cubic units needed to fill a container. Units are in cubes, so we have inches cubes, centimeters cubes, feet cubes, yard cubes. Real life examples are the amount of soda in a can, the amount of water in a swimming pool. Prisms are a solid figure with two polygon called bases. The volume of a prism, is area of the base times height. So again, remember that the capital B means area of the base, and then times our height. And then in a rectangular prism, the base is what it is sitting on. So that makes it easier for us to identify. The base is what it's sitting on. Okay, so to find the area of a prism, remember our volume of a prism, it is area of the base times our height. So remember, in a rectangular, the base is what it's sitting on. So area of the base is going to be 6 inches times 10 inches, because that's the area of a rectangle, which gives me 60 inches squared. And our height is 9, so our volume will be 60 inches squared times 9 inches. And this gives me 540 inches. Don't know why I put feet there, sorry. Inches squared. Okay, now we're going to go on to the next one. You see our base here is a triangle. Well, triangle's area is 1/2 base times height. We see our base is 14 centimeters. Our height is 9 centimeters. Half of 14 is 7. 7 times 9 is 63. Just double checking. Okay, 63 centimeters times 9 is what our end is. So 9 times 63, let me put that in my little calculator. 9 times 63, that gives me 567 centimeters squared. Our next one up, again, it's area of a triangle for our base. So it's 1/2 base, where our base here is 5. Our height, notice that you can't give a height of a triangle that looks like that. That's obtuse. And laying in that direction, so we have to give it on the outside. So that's at 6. So we have half of 6, which is 3. 3 times 5 is 15. So we know our area of our base is 15 centimeters squared. And then the height of the whole figure is 15. So our volume is going to be 15 centimeters squared. Ooh, you saw me do that in the other two. These should both be cubed. Because this one should be squared. This would be cubed. This one up here should be cubed because it's volume. I'm already messing that up. Sorry about that. And then our height is going to be 15 centimeters. So 15 times 15 gives me 225 centimeters cubed. Make sure with volume we stay with the cubed. And then again, we see here it says in a rectangular prism, the base is what it's sitting on. So we have 15, and then this length is going to be 20 because it's the same as above. So area of the base is 15 inches times 20 inches. Should give me 300, but I'm going to double check. 15 times 20. It is, so 300 inches squared. So to find our volume, you have 300 inches squared times our height of 12 inches. So times 12 gives me, I hope you can see this. I will move it this way. I don't know what I'm doing. We'll go here. 3,600 inches cubed. Sorry for that big arrow going the other direction. I could just like this. Okay, so this is the volume of a prism. So if we're going to fill all these shapes up with water, how much could fit inside of it? So another type of prism is called a cylinder. We talked about cylinders before, but a cylinder is a 3D shape with circular bases. The volume of a cylinder is the area of the base times the height, so the same thing, but remember the area of a circle is pi r squared times height. So it's the same formula, but now with it explicitly written for circles. Okay, so again here I'm right at the top, volume equals pi r squared h. So our volume here is going to equal pi, my r here is 8 centimeters, squared times h, 12 centimeters. Well, that gives me pi times 64 centimeters squared times 12 centimeters. So 64 times 12. 768 pi centimeters cubed. Okay, our next one up. I wrote a little bit over this portion, so we end up with that same formula. So volume equals pi. My centimeters, my radius here is 9 inches squared times my height of 18 inches. This gives me pi times 81 inches squared times 18 inches. Okay, so 81 times 18. So I end up with 1,458 pi inches cubed. Okay, our next one. Notice we're no longer given the radius, we're given the diameter. And the relationship of the diameter is 2 times the radius. So to find the radius, we end up with diameter divided by 2. So our radius here is really just 10. So we're going to have that same formula. Volume equals pi. Radius 10 inches squared times height of, imagine these are both in inches. I don't know why. We'll make this one inches. And times 11 inches. Not going to make you guys do any conversions. So 100 inches squared times 11 inches. Excuse me. So I end up with 1,100 pi inches cubed. Okay, we have 2 more examples and then we're done. Okay, here, the volume of a cylinder, so it gives me the volume, and the radius of the base, find the height. So we know volume equals pi r squared h. We know our volume, so 2411.52 centimeters cubed equals pi, my radius of 8 centimeters squared times h. Okay, so we're going to estimate this portion here. We know 8 squared is 64. 64 times 3.14 is going to give me 200.96 times h. And then over here we have the same number just coming down. If we want to get h by itself, they have a centimeters cubed or squared still attached to this. I'll fix that real quick. So I'll put a little centimeter squared here just so that's accurate. Divide over by 200.96 centimeters squared. 200.96 centimeters squared. Okay, let's see what I get. Ooh, that worked out really nicely. So when you divide that, you get your height. Well, my thing stopped writing. And the thing paused. Okay, here we go. So my height equals 12 centimeters. So since it's a one-dimensional unit, it's not area. We just need the centimeters. Okay, and then our next group here says find the volume of a rectangular prism. And that says, and then notice the feet went up. That's just a typo. It just didn't copy well. So find this. So we have volume equals pi r squared at h. We know that our volume is right here. So 616 feet cubed equals pi. I don't have my radius. Oh, what am I doing? I'm making this a lot harder. So we can keep this like this real quick. But instead, I'm going to rewrite this top formula over here. Remember, volume is area of the base times the height. So if we want to be able to find the area of the base, we're solving for b. So yes, these two are the same formula, but I don't have to do all that hard work. I can just put in b and then times 11 feet. Divide each side by 11 feet. So 616 divided by 11 is 56 feet squared because it's area. Okay.